Hi everyone, welcome back to Clumsy Cakes. My name's Amy. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make frog bread. If you've never heard of frog bread before, it's another viral TikTok recipe that's been going around, and it's just a simple loaf of bread. You can use any bread recipe that you would like. I'm going to be using a very old family recipe of mine. I believe it's my great-great-great-grandmother's recipe for bread. So this is my second TikTok recipe. If you missed my first one, I'll link it up in the cards and also put it in the end cards so that you can watch that video after this video. But that video was for Dalgona coffee. So for today, I'm a little bit nervous because I have never successfully made bread. I've only tried to make it one other time. I think that I made the water a little bit too hot when I sprinkled in the yeast and it killed the yeast. Kind of failed right at step one. But I'm going to be trying it again today and we'll see. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so what we're first going to do is I have my milk here that I first brought up to a simmer. And then I cooled it back down to room temperature and I'm going to add in my yeast. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit worried because this is where I screwed up last year. So, sprinkle it in. I give it a stir. And I'm gonna leave this for about 10 minutes to proof. I'm scared. This is about room temperature, right?
I just know usually you have to give you something to eat.
Okay, it's starting to smell right. Okay. So maybe I didn't... Okay. Maybe I didn't kill the yeast. Alright. It's bubbling. Alright. I think we have activation, I think. This is what your yeast should look like before it goes into your dough. It should be foamy and bubbling, and it should also smell like bread. Alright, so now we're going to add our Crisco to our dry ingredients. This is called a pastry cutter. We're going to take this and mash the Crisco into our dry ingredients until the Crisco is pea size in our dry ingredients. One of the things that frustrates me most about making bread is that anybody I talk to that has made it, or any recipe that I see, says, oh, just add flour until it looks right. Now, I'm a very visual person, and I don't know what that means. I need to know what I'm looking for. So, this is what I found to look for in trial and error. You just want to add flour when it looks wet, and you want to do that little by little until the dough pulls away from the side of the bowl and is no longer sticky to the touch and is smooth. You also want to sift in your flour because you don't want it to be lumpy at all. As you can see, I started off just adding in the flour with my measuring cup, and then I started sifting it, and that worked out a lot better. Mold it into a ball and set it in your bowl to rise. The dough's going to rise for 3 hours. So we're going to cover this with a towel And it's gonna rise for 3 hours.
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
Okay, so our dough has risen for 3 hours, and as you can see, it has doubled in size. Lightly flour a surface so that nothing sticks. I just have a cutting board here. And I have a cookie sheet beside me with parchment paper. So we can put our frog on there. Just punching down my dough. So you just want to cut about a third. And you want to make almost a teardrop shape. So kind of longer on one side. Or more to a point on one side, I should say. So then you want to cut this into 8 sections, 2 of them being a little bit larger. When you're doing this, don't do it with a butter knife. All I have, and it's not really working the best for me. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to mold our bigger pieces into kind of a sausage shape and stick those kind of next to our frog toward the teardrop side. So these are my frog's hind legs. We're going to take 2 of our pieces and roll them up into a ball. And then you're going to take another one of these pieces and kind of mold it to be kind of a, let's say, an oval shape. Then just mold it into, kind of give it toes, and then stick that under your foot. You're going to take your last one, mold it into kind of a oval like I did before, and give it 3 toes. And that is our frog. A little bit of a tip, you can, as you can see, my eyeballs are falling off. What you can do is soak a toothpick for 10 minutes in some cold water, and then you can use a toothpick to adhere these. Just soak the toothpick so it doesn't burn in the oven. So I've seen in the TikTok that most people use raisins for the pupils, but I didn't have any, so I used peppercorns. But you can use really any small round food. Now that our frog is assembled, we're going to put plastic wrap over it and let it rise for another 2 hours.
2 hours later.
So my bread frog has risen again for about an hour and a half. He didn't need the full 2 hours because, as you can see, he's pretty huge. Ready? I really want a nice golden sheen on this bread, so I made a little egg wash with 1 egg and some butter. And I'm just gonna, with my pastry brush, just brush this all over. So he's gonna go into my preheated 400-degree oven for 10 minutes, and then after that 10 minutes, I'm gonna reduce the oven to 350, and then cook that for about another 45 minutes. I've seen recipes that say that the internal temperature should be 190, and this recipe says at the end of that 45 minutes to tap the loaf, and if it feels hollow, it's done. I just realized I forgot to film, and I already ate its eyeball, but This is the finished product. He's humongous. He's probably more of a bullfrog than a regular frog, but pretty fun project. If you guys enjoyed this video and you learned something, please give me a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to learn more things, make more messes, but make some absolutely delicious desserts with me. Bye guys, thanks for watching.